mother, tell your children not to walk my way. Tell your children not to hear my words, what they mean, what they say.
Hello all, and apparently Mr. Steve DeMarco has tagged me. Now I'm not going to tag anybody else in return, mainly because all of the people that I would tag have already been tagged. So, what you can do? But I will answer the 5 questions that I'm supposed to answer. But I will say this: good choice on Melissa Milano. I think all of us within our age group has probably seen, Embrace of the Vampire at least 5 times, probably own a copy of it. And yes, Midnight Nation is a very good comic book, as is Why the Last Man. Great taste there. I have to give you 2 thumbs up there. So, let us start here. Let's see, five random things about myself. Okay, 5 random things. First of all, some of you already know this. I was born in Kansas City, Missouri. Yet another thing myself, Bill, and Doug apparently have in common. Strange. 2. Let's see. 2. Let's see, what should the second one be? I don't know. Well, here's one. Most of you have probably asked me about this before, and just to answer it. As most of you know, I'm a terrible speller. There is a reason for that, and that is that I have a severe case of dyslexia. So there's that. I went to school, for those of you that are wondering, for journalism. I got it within the journalism business and figured out that I absolutely despised working in it. So that is why I don't work in it and why I work retail. Number 4, I am without a doubt a complete and utter geek. I will admit that. I love video games. I've probably owned every video game system there has ever been, with the exception of the Nintendo VR and a Sega Master System. Of course, I don't have a Sony PlayStation 3 or a Xbox 360 yet. But yeah, that's pretty much all of them. Yes, I have had a Neo Geo. For anyone that's going to be a smart aleck and say, yeah, you probably never had a Neo. Oh, yes, I have. I've had the CD version before. And I have played games that use dice that are not 6-sided. The whole gambit. I love comic books, which I just probably proved. As Steve said, even if you don't like comic books, you owe it to yourself to pick up Why the Last Man. It is an amazing read. I will just put it that way. So that out of the way. And the fifth thing that random, but most of you probably already know this if you've ever seen my MySpace, and I've been asked about this before, is it lists that according to the federal government, I am Native American. Yes, according to the federal government, I'm Native American. Strange, as I'm about as white as there is white could be, but according to the federal government, that's what I am. So, there's 5 things out of the way. Now, he also asked 3 questions for us all to answer, so I'm going to answer these 3 questions. First of all is, what guy is currently not in ROH, not in TNA, not in WWE that maybe should be? He said himself, and I've not seen a lot of his matches, but the matches I have seen, he is very good. I will give him that. The guy that probably a lot of people will say is Eddie Kingston. Eddie Kingston is, some people will put him as a poor man's CM Punk. He does a lot of similar things. He's very similar in the ring as CM Punk. He's a little bit better, I think, on the mic than CM Punk. He is younger. He's been in Ring of Honor, kind of, but not really. He's only wrestled a couple of matches there. So there I would put Eddie Kingston. He's very good in the ring. If you've ever seen, he does a lot of IWA shows, IW Midwest shows. So there is that. His second question was, who currently is not getting a push that I think should get a push? A lot of people are going to say, oh, he's going to say Joe. I'm not going to say Joe. I think Joe is getting a somewhat of a push, just not the push I would like to see him get. But for myself, I would say, let's see, what was I going to say? Oh yeah, Shelton Benjamin. I think Shelton Benjamin definitely deserves to be a top tier guy in the WWE. I think he's that good in the ring. I think he's everything that AJ is. I think he can do everything in the ring that AJ Styles can do, except I think he's better on the mic than AJ is. Not that that's hard. And I think the WWE has completely missed the boat on him. I think that he's a guy who just can go out there and give you a great match, and definitely deserves to be, if not within those, 5 to 7 guys for the main event. He definitely should be on that next tier down with like Jeff Hardy and those type of guys. So there, that would be. He then asked what angle currently going on would I fix, would I change? Well, here's one, and I think this would be the best one as far as current. I have ideas of things I would like to see, but as far as a current angle, something I would like to see within the WWE would be, instead of having Chris Jericho feud first with Randy Orton and then with JBL, I would much rather see him feud with Triple H and be a very smart feud, be a feud for the smart fans, particularly a main event feud, well, upper card feud for the smart fans. I think that would be really big. I know Triple H isn't really big on playing the heel at the moment, which would probably be detrimental to it, but it would be nice to see them spar with one another, really let the dirty laundry out a little bit. Myself, that is my own personal belief. A lot of people probably wouldn't go for that. But if you're not going to do a smart angle, I would say I would love to see TNA fulfill the thing with Scott Steiner going after the X Division Championship. I think if you get past the whole Team 3D thing, and you have him say, hey, I won this briefcase, I'm going to win the X Division Championship, because no one in the X Division can beat me, and then him go out there and put over some of the X Division guys by them beating him, particularly if they're good, long matches. They're not fluky wins. Maybe 1 or 2 are fluky wins, but you put over the fact that here's a guy who most people would say, is at least an upper card guy for TNA. Go out there and, do the job and put some of the X Division guys over, particularly since most people like the X Division. I've said myself I don't like it for this very reason, that, Scott Steiner would not win the title. I would even put the title on him and first, and then have him put over the X Division. Either him winning, having to pull stuff out of his ass to win, or cheat to win, that sort of thing, just to put over the X Division, as these guys are as good as anybody else on the roster. Just my thoughts. Check out his videos. I'm going to put this as a response to the second video that he asked, his New Year's resolution video, which is very good. I recommend everybody checking it out and doing a good thing. Anyways, I'm Later. Thank you, Steve. I'm out.
Let's ride.